Actually, I first met Dallia in 2013, and being a narcissist myself, it was very easy to see the other narcissist who played the game exactly in the same way. But at that time, I didn't know the word narcissist, but I could see that there is some similarities of how we operate with the people in a very very similar sort of pattern. So so the first impression was I did not like her, but I knew there was something really strange about her. But anyways, as the time passed, and when Dallia was looking for a place to organize a tribe meeting, I offered my place. Obviously, the intention was to show off people about my house and what I have, just to feel good about myself and to get as much of as attention. But what happened when Dahlia started coming to the house? I started seeing the very subtle games that she was playing with all the new the tribe members, which was very very shocking for me because when I joined Cosmic Fusion, I looked at Dahlia because she was representative of Cosmic Fusion in New Zealand. So I looked up for her for the guidance and stuff. Um, but what I saw that during the tribe meeting, she was constantly putting down the teaching of Shrima and Shriji. She was constantly putting down the teaching of Shrima, and in a very subtle way creating the doubt in the people, which I was not able to understand that why this was happening. So there was a lot of moment that I had to question her back when she was pointing the fingers at the guru concept, like just saying, "Oh, I'm from the Europe, we don't have the guru things," and she does not like the idea of touching the feet. This is not something in Europe they have. And then I thought that, okay, if she has got that sort of doubts in her, what's the point of discussing it with the new tribe members who does not have any clue about this thing? What is her purpose? And if she does not have the faith and the trust, what is the point of representing Cosmic Fusion? So there was a lot of doubts in me. And as the time passed, because she was always talking about like something else, what Shrima Shriji never said. Like she was talking about the light language, she was talking about her boyfriend, about her dates, about how awesome, amazing she is, and how she has these experiences and stuff. So and I one time when I was really fed up like how it was going, I did, when I got the opportunity to meet Shrima, I did share it like this is what happening in the tribe meeting, and I really not liking how she's behaving. And I was very impressed and taken back that what Shrima said to me. Shrima said, rather than judging others and blaming others, I need to see my ego, like what is in me that wants to blame others. And I was really taken back because I knew what game was happening, but but because I was sort of similar to how Dahlia is, but rather than telling Shrima that Shrima, I have got the same issues and I am exactly like her, and that's why I can should have shared that I have the same issues with me what Dahlia is, and that's why it's really time that everybody should get the red alert, which is not really right. So once Dahlia was suffering financially, it was the grace of Shrima that, and I was also looking for someone because I was having issues with my staff. Obviously, there was a little bit power game that I was playing with my staff, which I didn't never mention to Shrima that what actually the truth is. Just a manipulating game. But Shrima was really nice, and Shrima helped me by suggesting me that Dahlia could be of help if I'm looking for someone for the job. And obviously, Dahlia was suffering financially. Even though I did not like Dahlia, but I went ahead because I want to look good in the books of Shrima. As being a narcissist, look, I was also playing my love bombing. I was in the love bombing stage to Shrima, and no matter what, I really want to create this impression because I was also trying to manipulate Shrima and win the trust of Shrima. So what happened at that time that uh, the minute Dahlia walked in the shop, even though she didn't know anything about the hair extensions, she started in a very controlling way, demanding me that I pay her certain, like a teacher salary to her, and this is what she want. And I really did not like her behavior because there was no um, sort of feeling of I know coming from a narcissist's mouth, gratitude does not suit, but she does not was appreciating that at least she got the job that can um, help her meet some of the expenses. But she immediately started demanding and putting control over me, which I did not like. And then I said, I cannot give you the teacher salary because you don't know anything about the hair extension, and I can offer you with the minimum wages. Anyways, when she started working with me. The first thing what she did was she instantly started brainwashing my mind, like how she was doing with the other tribe members. She started saying her insecurities about Shrima, that she does not like the certain things about the Shrima, and in a very subtle way, brainwash my mind so that I can be used as a flying monkey. Like I can support her and we both can go against Shrima, which I can clearly see the game she was playing. And I just always try to help her that, no, I don't see Shrima the way she had in her mind. For me, Shrima has really literally helped, and I do see a lot of, I feel a lot of peace when I'm around Shrima. And this is something that which I've never experienced for a very, very long time since a child, that the peaceful feeling, the loving energy which I experienced with Shrima. So I was not ready to buy what she was selling to me. Anyways, when she saw that she's not able to break me, what she started doing was to play with my staff mind. She started creating the distance, like like playing in a subtle way that my staff can go against me. I'll give you an example. That one time this lady, because in a shop I normally say that don't talk in your own language, just talk in English, so the other customer, when she's there, the customer does not feel rude that we're talking in a language. Dallia started saying, why we can't speak in a language, this is not right, you're just trying to control. So she was that's a very subtle way of firstly putting me down and creating a doubts in the mind of my staff, that see, this is not right and you should not listen to what I'm saying. But my staff was really good. She did not like the energy of Dallia. She instantly told me that if Dallia is working with her, she's not ready to work. And then she always questioned me back when I was doing like hair extension on a client. She would put me down in front of them. There was a one point when Dallia was working on Sunday, and in the shop there are always the cameras, right? Like obviously where you're working there must be the camera, and the person who is or like a boss or something, they always look at the cameras like what the staff is doing. So when I was not working on Sunday, I was looking at the camera what Dallia was doing, like whether she's working or not. And then when I told Dallia, yeah, I saw in the camera that the way you were curling the hair was really nice. She got really offended. She's like, how I dare to check her in the cameras. And then she got really, really upset. Then I said, why too upset if you're not doing anything wrong? Why you have to be so paranoid about certain thing that I'm looking on the camera? It's very normal. She maligned my name in in front of everyone. She even included the security guards, my staff, my client, everyone, stating that I am watching. I don't trust her because I'm watching her from the camera. For the other people, it's a very small thing, but she just could not handle this, and it went to certain way that she even turned a lot of the people in the tribe meeting that were in New Zealand against me, that how I operate and how I'm so horrible towards her because I'm doing these certain things, like literally playing in that way that I'm this big monster completely ruining her life. How she was doing is in a very, very subtle way. Let's take an example of Rachel, because this is what she has she has shared her feelings later on in the life. She said, there was a person called Rachel, and Rachel was like, I know Rachel during one of the workshop, and she was explaining that how she has this beautiful experience with quantum vortex scalar wave photon pulse, that her son had the plaster and broken his leg, and how with the quantum vortex scalar wave photon pulse it healed so quickly, and he remembers some past life thing. So she was very happy. That's an impression I had of Rachel. But after some time, she left it and she labeled it as a cult, which I don't really understood, because this is the first time I even heard the word cult, because before that I didn't even know what cult was. And what I was really shocked about, how come a person label Cosmic Fusion as a cult when they don't even have the so much of interaction with Shrima and Shriji, when you don't even spend that much time, when you don't even know the teachings, like what Cosmic Fusion is all about. So how that person can label it as a cult? So that was a very big question in my mind. And later I saw that how Dallia was always using this word cult using Rachel's name. Like she would say, oh, racial rep because she think the cosmic fusion is a cult. Actually, if you really care about certain organization, why would you play games in a subtle way? Why would you put the seeds of the doubt in the people? She was using other people name to put these doubts. And later what she said, she was giving Rachel so much of the work, like what she has to do. Being a volunteer of cosmic fusion, obviously you can't really sit, you have certain duties that you need to finish, right? So whatever the duties that was given to her as a volunteer, she was passing it on Rachel, and she was forcing Rachel to do it in a very subtle way. And then she kept on telling that, Shrima and Shriti, they're very demanding, and she has to spend this money, and she has to do certain way. And that was creating a lot of doubts, and that was creating an impression of Shrima and Shriji without Rachel actually meeting Shrima and Shriji. So she was creating an impression, and then one day what happened, that she accidentally she said to Rachel that, she think that cosmic fusion is a cult, but she think it's not. It's such a narcissistic way of playing the game. Because why I'm saying that, because I have done exactly the same thing with my victims, played exactly in a very subtle way, so I can see very clearly the game how we narcissists play. So she said to her, I mean, for Rachel, who has already created an impression of Shrima and Shriji, she being a smart and intelligent woman, how easy for her is to grab that cult word and get scared off, and that's what happened. When the load of the work really got too much, which Dallia was putting on Rachel, she just lost it, and she said, I she think that cosmic fusion is not, because she thinks it's a cult. Now you tell me, a person who has not met, and just by listening to Dallia have labeled it as a cult, how toxic Dallia could be. That the other person completely lost the sense of even thinking, how can I trust Dallia? Let me just see. I had an amazing experience with Shrima and Shriji. They were so beautiful and very helpful and kind and compassionate. How, without spending that much time, how can I think like that? So that's how the narcissists play the game. I also think that for her, the main thing was her jealous and enviousness towards Shrima, because she was not able to resist that how Shrima has that charismatic, how people easily get so much attracted the minute anyone who sees Shrima, because of the kindness and the compassion, and so much that Shrima does for everyone. I mean, there's so many occasions that a lot of us, when we were struggling, that Shrima even offered so many workshops for free of cost, even to Dallia. And Dallia definitely knew that there's something in Shrima that she wants to have, because obviously in one of her, I must share that I have recorded one of her conversation when she was having a chat, because being a narcissist, I don't trust other narcissists, and also I just recorded because of the reflection purpose. So what I with that recording, what she has shared it to me, and now when I see back, I can see it's just because Dallia wants to be this big healer, and that's her purpose, to come to the cosmic fusion, nothing for the soul liberation or anything. And similar with me, I didn't came for the liberation of the soul. But when she saw that Shrima have got this certain thing, what other people are not offering, and a lot of transformation is happening, a lot of shifts are happening, she just wanted to own it. Like, she felt that she's entitled to have it. And being in her mind, being European and white, she thought that, how can a brown skin, an Indian can have it? Sort of like, a very racist sort of approach she had. So she thought that she's entitled to have this, and nobody else can have it. So do you think that that's what I believe? Her jealousy was one of the jealousy and enviousness was the one of the main, and definitely with the greed, because when every time when Shema was wearing these beautiful clothes and stuff, she had this. You can just easily see from her eyes that how jealous she used to get. That sort of feeling. I mean, just imagine, being a narcissist. I'm saying that this is how I felt. Um, the greed, the anger, the feeling of nobody can have it, only I can have it. That sort of feeling was very disgusting, and that really literally disturbed me. And I thought, like, I cannot be around her. Just imagine, a narcissist cannot be around with the other narcissist. We narcissist, me, because I see myself as her, and I can see that how. Um, I used to play the same games of belittling people. Like, because if I want to break someone's confidence, what I would do, I would play in such a way that I I can I can take the advantage of their vulnerability. Like I know that they're feeling a little bit not sure about themselves, so I would put so much pressure in a very subtle way, and then I'll confuse them, and then say good things about them, so the other person will get a lot confused, so they didn't know whether I'm a good person or I'm a bad person, because their intention must be saying, this person is not right, but then again I'm gonna play back in a way, and I'm gonna say, oh, you so nice, you so good, bringing into the table, you write so many times, oh, you so good, you so good, you so good, then you're like, why she's saying that. And so yeah, and that's very nasty. That's a very Yeah, that's a very nasty way of how uh, people like me, Dahlia, and Irene, we play the games, and I think it's very disgusting, because while being with the other narcissist who had a little bit more extreme sort of narcissist, to see them and going through the same feeling, I really realized that, my God, what my victims must be feeling when I was playing the same games with them. How they must be feeling so tortured if I'm feeling that tortured right now.